So guys, it stayed, I don't know, roughly about 45, 47 in here overnight. And the side that isn't insulated was about 40, so gained about 7 degrees with insulation. But just lit my fire here about 10 o'clock, and I'll come back out a little before lunch and restoke it again. Then the afternoon will work. See what I can get done out here. The night after getting the Cub Original running. So guess they're looking at more stuff on it, see if the transmission's any good. Who knows? Alright. Triggers though. I gotta go back. So boys, I don't know how well the camera will pick up on it, but definitely been water getting down in through that shifter. Looks like the idler gear to the side is rusted pretty good, and whatever the left-hand shift fork there, or the one at the top of your guys' screen is, I would assume that would be second and third. I think. Blew it. Boy. Don't take some doing. The gears down the bottom don't look terrible. Yeah, you guys can see them. Look terrible. Looks like there's some kind of probably water in the bottom, so go out on a limb and say there probably wasn't any oil in this thing, but so I guess the first thing I'll do is take the air gun, blow everything out, or I guess I could suck it out with the shop vac. Then I'll just start hitting stuff with blaster and see where we end up. Okay, I'll bring you guys back with some updates. Alright, boys and girls, after some fooling around, I got what I believe is the 2-3 shift fork to move. And I got it in I believe I have it in third. Of course, now I got the camera out, don't want to move. There we go. So it does move back and forth to a point. I think it's a tight spot to it, which that may be a bearing. But the final drive seems like it is working. Like you guys can see, hopefully. I should put the camera on the tripod, but I'm just gonna do this clip and then I'm going in for tonight. But irregardless, it's spinning. It'll take a little while working it back and forth, but what I would like to do is fill this thing full of PB Blaster, Vaporust, or ATF, but I know I don't have any of those, but I do have an abundance of used motor oil. So I think I'm going to put used motor oil down in the transmission casing, and I'll work it back and forth a little bit before I leave and just let it sit, and that oil will creep into places and help for sure. And I'll put a little bit down the rear end. The rear end has about the same thing going on, but not quite as bad. Because I believe water was getting in through the shifter, or lack thereof, the hole where the shifter would have been. So, yeah. So, anywho's, we'll quit while I'm ahead. And it may very well be this gear down here. I would think that would be like the reverse idler gear. Am I thinking about this wrong, guys? And this shift rail here, the shift rail actually moves. Thank you guys. Shift rail moves, the gear is stuck on the main shaft there, which I haven't put a lot of force into it yet, but I just kind of want to slowly work things loose here, and that's how you win these battles. Sort of like eating an elephant. The joke always was, you do it one piece at a time. There's a bearing bound up in this somewhere. Just what it feels like. If you guys have ever messed with bearings, that's what it feels like. So anyhow, I'm gonna get the used motor oil and we'll go from there. So unprofessional. Alright. So the used motor oil seems like it's doing the trick pretty good. It's definitely loosening up. There is still one tight spot to it, so there's probably a big glob of rust or something on the gear. Oh. Popping out of gear because I'm prying on the gear in a manner which it's not supposed to be pried on. But did you guys watch down there? It's definitely loosening up. No, not my screwdriver. No. Ouch. Pinched the crap out of my finger. But, working good in that gear. Which, like I said, I believe is third. I believe that's second. So, will it turn by turning the belt now? I can at least see it trying on that main shaft. So, I think that clutch, or the clutch, is slipping for the transmission. So, project for another day. I gotta get up early in the morning, so going in, going to bed, guys. So, huge improvements here. Those who thought I wouldn't get it, gotcha. Alright, hopefully you guys can see up in there, but there's actually either a shear bolt or a roll pin missing for the drive here. So I think that's at least half or 3/4 of my problem. So I'm going to get a bolt and put it in there, and we'll go from there. And you can see the used motor oil leaking out. It's supposed to hold gear oil, and I probably have it over full, I'm assuming. And I have it tilted way over on its side. So if I can get that working, I'll at least put the wheels on it. At least the one for this side, and then I need some front tires. Then it'll roll. It would actually drive itself around now. I'll be dipped. Alright, boys and girls, so it is New Year's Day, back on the Cub Original here. So, front tire wise, this, at least whenever I got it, had 15 6.6 tires on it. So both tires were beyond tubing. You're going to say, Steve, why'd you cut it? Well, because of this side here. It was split anyhow, it's just easier. So I have two 13 6.6 tires. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry, 13 5.6 tires. I have two of those. because I only have one 15.66 tire. If I had two, that would have been optimal. But yeah, that's all I got right now. So I may go out and double check my stash once, but as of right now, it's going to have 13.66 tires on it, because that's a whole lot better than the rims. Yeah. Alright, boys and girls, I got the tires on the front of the tractor here. In all honesty, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it would probably throw the height off for any attachments, but for the moment, a whole lot better than nothing. So all we really need now is a shifter, and we can go for a test drive. Even the shifter is mildly optional, as we can shift it with a screwdriver or a hammer, something. So maybe tomorrow, not today, maybe tomorrow. So anyhow, that's gonna be it for today. So it's been a few hours and they're still holding air. I'm impressed. Now it did take a lot of bead sealer in order to get them to seal. They seem pretty good. They actually look pretty nice on there. Maybe we'll get this out of the corner here at some point. I haven't actually tried the electrical system. That's going to be a problem in itself. And I should probably put the other matching rear tire on. I like this tire better, but I don't have two good ones. I only have two good of these. What are you going to do? Alright, boys, watching some Taro Fixes All in the background here. I'm going to attempt to get the tank open on this and see what is inside. See if the baffle plate is loose or what. There's some kind of fluid in here, so I'm going to do it outside because I don't know if it's gas or what. So, bring you guys back, or if I get an outdoor workbench going, I'll let you know. Alright, boys, wish we had smell-o-vision outside here. The outdoor workbench, but it is nasty in that tank. I don't know what is floating around in there. I don't know if it's the baffle or what. I'll have to get a long pair of pliers or something and try and fish it up. Then I'll probably put an old tire chain in there or something and shake it up for a while. A little bit of something in it, just try to knock everything loose and rinse it out. So, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get out of the snow. I need to build my little roof over here and put me a little workbench here, I guess. Or I could do it out back. Yeah. So, hopefully you guys can see that. It's actually the other baffle. The one is in right there, but it's missing the one that goes over here-ish. So, and as I figured out, it will not quite go through the fuel cap. So, that's kind of telling me that it's probably going to stay right where it's at. It's not ideal, but what am I going to do? And I think I showed you guys the inside. But there's definitely some water in here and whatnot, so I may set this tank just in front of the outlet of the wood burner here and just let everything evaporate and just see what's in there. It's not real clean, but I've also seen a whole lot worse than that. It looks a lot worse on camera. You guys are getting all the water droplets and stuff, but see over in there, it's not terrible. So, yeah. I'm going to make my mind up with what I'm going to do here. Because if I could roll it up like a taco, I could get it out of there. Alright, boys and girls. Get everything put back together-ish. So the only real thing that I'm aware of that I need would be a throttle cable, because that one does not move. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to put a battery in this and just see if anything catches on fire. I fixed, the wire was broke off one of the coil. And I'm probably going to change or at least put some heat shrink on like this wire here. The rest of it seems good. It just, I don't know, looks like the wire melted there or something. I don't know. So, yeah. Just kind of look stuff like that over, and maybe next time I get to monkey with this, we'll put a battery in it and see if it'll start and run off its own ignition system. Because I think the key turns on this, and it's a push button start. So I don't know if that works for sure or not. So anyhow, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Later. Alright guys, I was just trying the clutch on the Cub Original here and realized that is supposed to be connected to that. So yeah. Either gonna have to pull that out and weld it, or do something with it, I guess. Hey caramba, just when you think you're ahead of the game, I got no idea if the clutch works or not now. I was assuming it was stuck, but the lack of pressure on the pedal told me otherwise. So that's only working the brakes at the moment. Great, just great. And it looks like this thing is leaking gas out of every orifice again. I just got the tank back on it. I flushed it out best I could. So, okay, BRB, boys. So, boys and girls, I got out what I would consider the clutch rod. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's been broke for quite a while. And this end as well. So, it almost makes me wonder if that's why this thing wasn't parked. Because everything else points to a tractor in fair condition. Somebody painted the gas tank black and top pieces of the motor. I really don't know. Even the wiring seems intact thus far. Nothing has shorted out, and it will turn over with the push button switch, and it does get sparked down to the coil, so I'm not really going to touch the electrical too much. So I'm going to need to weld this, a shifter, throttle and choke cable would be nice, but choke cable is optional. You know how it goes. And yeah, we'll go from there. See if I can't get the clutch to work. So I got the clutch linkage all welded back together, and I had to grind on a little bit. My welds are not pretty without an auto darkening helmet to figure out where I'm welding at. So for right now, we're going to leave that alone because it's hotter than 2 ex-girlfriends ago. I'm not going to tell you which one.